So Huawei's P30 is officially there out in the wild, but the question is, how does it improve on last year's Huawei P20, and should P20 owners consider an upgrade, spunking out some cash for the latest P30? Well, here's a full side-by-side comparison, and don't forget to poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech. Now stick them side by side, and the P30 isn't that much bigger than the P20 in terms of the screen size. It's a 6.1 inch smartphone compared with a 5.8 inch P20 from last year. That said, the P30 isn't actually bigger than the P20 thanks to the fact that it's lost that big, thick, chunky lower bezel. And that's because it doesn't have a physical fingerprint sensor underneath the display. Unlike last year's P20, it's now an in-screen fingerprint sensor instead. Sadly, it is an optical sensor instead of an ultrasonic sensor. That means it just takes a 2D image of your print, but it certainly seems just and fast as responsive here on the P30 as last year's physical sensor. Flip around to the back and you get a gorgeous curved glass design similar to the one that you got on the P20 with a few neat little refinements here and there. It feels really nice and comfortable to clutch. You can pick it up in a number of different hues, once again inspired by light. We definitely love this gradient finish even though it is now 1 year old. In terms of the general durability, the P20 has held up well and we reckon the P30 will do the same as well, and both phones are IP53 splash resistant as well. Great news if you live in a drizzly country like the UK. Now the P30's display might have grown a little bit and also now stretches pretty much edge to edge, helped along by that new dewdrop notch finish up top. It's also different tech. It's now an OLED panel compared with the RGBW LCD which we found in the P20. It's a more stretched design here on the P30 as well. It's a 19.5:9 aspect ratio compared with the older 18.7:9. Stick them both side by side and you'll struggle to notice much of a difference in those visuals though. The P30 does seem to produce slightly more vivid hues when it comes to those reds, the greens, the blues, but you can play around with the actual colour output as you could on the P20. And it's once again a Full HD plus resolution here on the P30, so there's no real difference in terms of the actual detail levels. The software has changed up, however. You now get the latest Android Pie with a nice bit of Emotion UI 9.1 slapped on there on the P30, whereas last year's P20, certainly our review sample, is still sporting the older Android Oreo with a bit of Emotion UI 8.1 on top. That means you will find some new features here on the P30, such as the digital well-being, which is kind of like a nanny type thing, but it also adds some really useful parental controls if you've got a child who likes to browse YouTube at the wee hours. You get the same sort of gesture controls and everything, however. The face unlock option is once again back on the P30 just like it was found on the P20. And of course you get all of Huawei's usual apps thrown in there, such as the health app and the device management as well. The good news is it all runs nice and smoothly no matter your choice. You do get the upgraded Kirin 980 chipset here on the P30, and that's now backed by 6 gigs of RAM compared with the 970 found on the P20, which is backed by just 4 gigs of RAM. That older tech still runs absolutely fine, however. The P20 is still perfectly smooth, but the P30 you can definitely feel it's just that little bit more silky when you're rushing through your menus, and certainly when you're opening up apps they seem to be nice and nippy now. But of course, if you like a bit of PUBG Mobile or something like that, both of these smartphones support a bit of GPU turbo action and give you a nice consistently smooth frame rate. As for the storage, there's been no change there. It's 128 gigs on the P20 and once again on the P30. However, the battery tech has improved. It was a 3400 mAh cell on the older P20, and that's been boosted to a 3650 mAh cell on the P30. So hopefully you'll easily make it through a full day, well into a second day as well. And Huawei's Supercharge is once again back on board. It's a 22.5 watt charging tech in both cases. Sadly, no wireless charging or anything here on the P30, just like with last year's P20. One of the biggest updates, however, is definitely to the camera tech. Last year's Huawei P20 only rocked a dual lens sensor. Unfortunately, it missed out on the tri-lens sensor which you got on the standard P20 Pro. Here on the P30, however, that has been corrected. You now get a 3-lens camera setup. Here's all the specs you need to know. Basically, the P20 rocked a 12 megapixel RGB lens, and that was backed by a 20 megapixel monochrome lens. Could shoot some really nice looking photos and video. But here on the P30, you now get a 40 megapixel super spectrum lens. That's got an f1.8 aperture, same as the aperture on the primary P20 lens. The super spectrum setup basically helps to suck in more light to produce richer detail and colors in your everyday daylight shots, and hopefully improving the detail levels in those low light shots as well. We will of course bring you a full camera comparison to see if that really is the case. As for the secondary snapper, it's now an ultra wide angle lens here on the P30, giving you a very different view of the world. And you also get an 8 megapixel telephoto lens as well. This gives you up to 3 times optical zoom thanks to the periscope finish. In terms of the actual camera software, not a huge amount has changed here on the P30, but it definitely offers a smarter experience than the P20. You can once again shoot portrait shots with all kinds of funky effects, but the interface has just been cleaned up and it's a bit nicer here on the P30. You can also now quickly access that AI mode right there from the front of the camera UI. You don't have to dive into the menus like you used to on the P20. And of course, as usual with the P30 and the P20, you get a buttload of bonus camera features. The P30 also sports the new Super HDR shot. It'll just give you a really nice balanced shot, so for instance toning down something like the sun or a bright sky and really helping to bring out the detail levels in your subject when there are darker elements in the shot. As for the video, you can once again shoot up to 4K resolution video here on the P30, but the image stabilization has definitely been improved, and hopefully in those lower light situations you'll get more detail shining through as well. So we're on to the front of these smartphones and you get an upgraded front-facing selfie camera here on the P30 as well. On the P20 it was a 24 megapixel f2.0 shooter. Here on the P30 it's now a 32 megapixel front-facing shooter. You can once again get a nice bit of portrait mode action on the go again with those various funky effects. And you can shoot up to full HD resolution video as well. So that in a nutshell right there is how last year's Huawei P20 has been improved for this year's P30 smartphone. What do you reckon? Do you own the P20? And if you do, are you tempted to upgrade to the P30? Definitely a nice sexy bit of tech. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech. Cheers!